Hello, people. Welcome back to Start of Discovery. How is everyone doing? On today's episode, I'm excited to bring you gist stories about the Igbo cosmology. So, if you are an Igbo person, this is a time of enlightenment for you to understand a lot more about your people, why we do some things that we do, and even if you are not an Igbo person, you'll be learning more about the Igbo culture. And this is a general message for everyone, especially Africans. If you are thinking that we are way back when it comes to science, and you think you cannot be a scientist, or you can't really go into science, this video is going to let you see how even your forefathers were good scientists. Yes, they were. And we do a lot of things that we do today that we just don't know that we are doing science. So you probably have been doing science, you just don't know it. Okay. So before we get into today's topic, how about we go on and subscribe? Let's subscribe and get our notifications turned on for every time we post a new video so that you get notified about it. And of course, let me hear your comments as we go on this topic. I would like to see what you're thinking, and of course, you can also add to it, especially if you're an Igbo person. Maybe I left out some things. Of course, I know I'm gonna leave out a lot of things, but sure, let's hear about it. It's good to talk about these things so that we can preserve this heritage. It's going away, we are losing it. If we don't keep talking about this, how do we pass it down to the next generation? All right, so let's dive in. First of all, if you are wondering what is Igbo, who are the Igbo? Okay, so Igbo people are a major part of West African, and I think so far I only know them to be coming from the southeastern part of Nigeria. I don't know if there are other places where they exist, but yeah, these are the Igbo people, and I am one of them, as you can see. So, as an Igbo girl, I have watched um, my grandfather, my grandmother, do some things, and I think it did make sense at the time, but now I can understand that they were actually doing science. And I can remember some of those things like moonlight stories, especially when we go to the village. We enjoy coming out whenever there is full moon, and we all, enjoy the storytelling as a kid. And I don't know if those things still happen, but we should, go back to those days, to be honest, which is why this video is important. Let's reignite um, the importance of keeping this heritage, preserving our culture, and especially encouraging the young ones to do science, because our forefathers did science and it helped our life at that time. As you'll be seeing from this video, how the calculations they were making in their own way helped to predict so many things that we were doing at the time and even still doing right now. Okay. So the Igbo cosmology. So it turns out that this is like a subtopic under what we call cultural astronomy. So cultural astronomy is the study of different kind of people and the way they relate with celestial objects. So we have different kinds of people in this world. You have Christians and Muslims. You also have different tribes. You have the Hausas, you have Yorubas, Hindu. All these different sects of people have a way they interact with celestial objects, and this ends up affecting their cultures, affecting their traditions, and the way of life in general. So today we are concentrating on the Igbo people. Okay, so let's dive in. I would like to focus this video on one of the objects that Igbo people interact with a lot, because there is a lot of them, and I will create series of these videos so that it's not so much. I will focus one video per one for one of the objects. Okay, so for today we will be looking at the sun. So the sun is very obvious. Like, even if you're not looking up the night sky, you will always feel the effects of the sun. Like, everybody feels the sun. Its impact is huge. You cannot just deny it. Okay, so the sun is called Anyanwụ in Igbo language, and it's regarded as a supreme being. Supreme being is like Chukwu, like the gods. So because of how it's impacting our life, so just think about it. The sun determines when we call afternoon versus evening, and in the Igbo culture, it determines when we go to work, when we rest. It determines when we go to bed. So it's like an integral part of our daily life. Okay, and being that it's so harsh, like when it's so hot, you can feel how hot and harsh it is on the skin. So that makes the Igbo people think that this son must be a male, like it has such masculinity. And as a result, they fear the sun. So like this fear, is like there is just this fear with the sun, but it also comes with reverence. So in as much as they fear the sun, they also respect it a lot. Okay, because it has its good sides. And it's also responsible for planting, for whatever you plant to grow and every other aspect of their lives. So you just have to respect the sun. So some people took it further and think that it should be worshipped. So it's called the sun god, such that you now have this deity called Anyanwu. So different parts of the Igbo tribe have this deity that is actually the sun, but it's called Anyanwu, and they reverence it, worship this deity. In particular, the Nsuka people, I know they have this petri dish actually sunk into the ground, and it's usually close to a specific tree. I think the oak tree. They put it there and then offer sacrifices at sunrise and at sunset, and that way they reverence and worship that sun. Okay, so that is for the sun. I will talk about the other objects in another video.